We have purchased a red brick home on the central coast of New South Wales, a true ugly duckling. And whilst most people have told me it should be knocked down, I have a vision to transform this home into a Palm Springs inspired masterpiece. My name is James Treble, an interior designer with over 30 years experience within the building and design industry, but this time it's personal. So we bought a house. It's ugly, it's dated and tired, but the location is amazing. The floor plan doesn't work and there's no connection between inside and out. We are retaining the 2 front bedrooms. The 3rd bedroom is actually becoming a family bathroom. The original bathroom, well, that's becoming a hallway. The original kitchen is becoming the new master bedroom, and the laundry and separate WC are becoming an ensuite. The kitchen, well, that's going in the rear of the home at what had been at some time an extension. The only addition is a new entry foyer. It's actually going to the side of the home where we had a 4-metre strip all the way down the house that was underutilised, allowing us to change the front door from the side elevation to the front elevation and turn it into that Palm Springs inspired look that I'm after. One of the statement things I love about this house are those 3 palm trees. They just instantly create that tropical feel, and I'm feeling a little influence of being in Palm Springs. As you can see, the amount of space here is pretty generous, so I'm thinking that I can create a new entry foyer this way and probably come off the side of the house about 3 metres, and that will allow me to change the door from being here to face the front. It opens up opportunities for this space to become more of a private courtyard sanctuary as well, so I think that that's another great asset to be able to play with this space. When we purchased this home, due to its age, there was actually no plans with dimensions. We've had to create these, and they're part of the new drafted plans. This is important because it shows council and the trades how the house looks now and how it will become. It helps keep it very clear and easy to translate for everybody involved. My next step has been to create a scope of works. Now, this is quite a detailed document that a builder would normally create. This is a very detailed step-by-step process from the beginning to end for the builders and all of the trades to refer to. I work long hours and run a design studio. I've got to make the most of every minute that I can on site because I can't always be here. For me, it's about meeting with Paul and helping ensure that all of my ideas are understood by him because he's going to turn those dreams into a reality. It's great to have our children up here on site. Alexander and Francesca are teenagers. They've got busy lives of their own, including study and part-time work. It's my chance to explain my vision of how we are going to transform this home from what it looks like now into a beautiful Palm Springs inspired home. The demolition continues on site. Our builder Paul and his #1 Mark create our super dream team. It's time to start pulling apart that 3rd bedroom to turn it into a new bathroom. The kids understand how I communicate. I use my hands and it's very physical. We're down on the ground explaining where the new bunks are going to go. They're going to understand where they're going to sit to watch television and how that kitchen is going to be transformed into a bedroom. And I can see that they're excited, even though I know that there's a bit of doubt because at the moment it's damn ugly. One of my favourite items on this home, and one item that is definitely going to stay, is the Hills hoist. It's part of our childhood. It's so Australian and such an iconic design. It might be repositioned, but it is definitely going to stay. But the kids can do plenty of things outside. There is plenty of garden work to do. For me, it's exciting to see them work together, and it's important that their hands get dirty so that they are a true part of this renovation project. The boys are hard at work, removing more of that messy horsehair plaster from the walls and the ceiling. Mark is like a machine. He's removing those floorboards so quickly. This is an important process because that room is now becoming a bathroom. The timber floorboards are going to be replaced with compressed fibre cement sheeting to ensure that we have a waterproof floor. Underneath, we can see a huge amount of materials have been stored over time. This is common for many older homes. All of these materials have to be cleared. It's not only a bit of a fire hazard, but also a home for pests, and we don't want that on site. It will then make it easy for the boys, as well as the plumber and electrician, to get in under there and do their rough out. An important part of all new builds is to include insulation to the walls and ceiling. This home, well, it's over 50 years old. Insulation had been added at some time into the ceiling, but all of this is going to be removed. It gives us the opportunity to install brand new quality insulation to the ceiling and the walls. That insulation is going to turn that bathroom into a beautiful space to be in instead of the sweatbox that it is right now. There are two major issues that we're watching throughout this whole renovation project. The first one, of course, is the budget. We're trying to retain as many original items as we can to save some money. The second is the sustainability. And one of the things that is not working right now is the windows. They're old and wobbly, and some of the glass panes are loose, some of them don't lock, and the nylon runners have worn out over time. A really frightening statistic is that about 30% of your heat or cooling loss is through your windows. We're definitely going to change these windows. It also opens up the opportunity to change their design, their colour and their configuration. A big investment, but it's going to save us a lot of money in the long run from our heating and cooling bills. It's time for me to go and do some window research. I'm off for a site visit to Integra Windows to get truly inspired for our new windows and doors. These UPVC double glazed windows are very impressive. The benefits of combining the double glazing with these frames will greatly impact our energy bills and make this home feel beautiful to be in all year round. Sandra and I both like the idea of a bifold door to replace those two large windows in the living and dining room. But I've got to say, these tall sliding doors are also really impressive. Maybe a big sliding door and one fixed panel is going to be a better option for that location. It means that I could add a fly screen if I wanted to, but I still get a wide opening, and on the fixed panel side I can get natural light and still furnish that side of the room instead of making it a high traffic area. Stefan from Integra has arrived for an early morning check measure. It's an important job because he has to make sure that all of the windows and doors that we want to use can actually work in each location. Most of the windows in this project are being replaced like for like, meaning the original window is being taken out and the same sized window is being put back in place. Only 3 windows will be a different size. The original large window at the back is becoming a splashback window. The 2 windows in the lounge dining are becoming a fixed panel and sliding door, and the original window in the bathroom is becoming a glass door opening to a small courtyard. A great feature of this particular home was all of that empty space on the left-hand side. It's provided the perfect location for that new entry foyer, allowing us to elongate the facade and create that horizontal feel. To add contrast though, I'm adding a vertical line, a beautiful natural stone feature wall. It's one characteristic that I saw in many homes in Palm Springs, and it's definitely one design feature that I want on our own project. Jess and her team have recently been awarded Small Business Champion winner for 2023, and I can already see why. I've definitely got an idea of what I'd like to use for our natural stone, but it is always worth listening to the advice of experts. I can't wait to see her range and also listen to her advice because she deals with this product every day. Look that I want. So the facade's going to be completely transformed, but a major part of that is this blade stone wall, like my Brady Bunch inspired wall.
Yeah. So with our sandstone, limestone and our quartz, they're all suitable options. All multiple thicknesses and different sizes. So your stonemason, he'll be able to sort of piece that together like a puzzle and it will look spectacular.
I know that it's going to require more labour to install it, and I know I can see that dollar sign with the lines in cost. But there's going to be a major component to transform the whole architecture.
Absolutely, and that's going to be, that's the money maker right there. So as people approach, that's what they're going to identify first. Here we've got our cobalt, which I wanted to point out first. Now some deep, heavy blue undertones. And this is our Laguna quartz.
This looks like it's bluish but lighter.
Correct, but it's got a lot of warmth and it's got a blue undertone and it could be perfect for your job.
I'm loving the look of the sandstone. I can see it works. But I like the sparkliness in the quartz, but I think between those two is where I'm at this moment.
Well, let's get you some samples, get them home.
Yep.
And you and your partner
Yep.
can have a fight about that.
A designer fight.
Yes.
Yeah. One of the reasons that I love sourcing local trades and local suppliers is that they in turn have a web of connections and referrals. Word of mouth is the best form of advertising. Jessica recommended Christian Armstrong, a local stonemason. It's great to have Christian here on site. Now we're a little bit early, we've still got to build the framework. This time is important. It's a chance for Paul and Christian to bounce the ideas off each other, to use both of their expertise to make sure that that framework is perfect. It's going to avoid delays later on and ensure that we get a premium job. This is a big investment. It's going to take a chunk of budget, and I know that Sandra is really worried. But I know that this beautiful feature stone wall is integral in helping transform the home and create that Palm Springs character that I'm after. Once again, it's cost versus value. Paul, Mark and Andrew begin removing the dated metal gable end. This part of the facade always bothered me, so heavy and forward. By pushing it back and sitting in line with the front wall of the house, it will achieve a much lighter look. And instead of it being forward as it is now, it won't compete with the beautiful new feature stone wall. You can see in the background, Paul is putting the timber against the wall. So this is the beginning of the frame for that new feature stone wall. Once the stone, of course, goes on, it will complete that transformation. Another important part of the transformation is the new entry foyer to the side, and that is requiring footing. So come and have a look. So this is the construction area for the brand new entry foyer, which is also elongating the facade and changing the look from the street. The new entry foyer is coming wider. We're off the fence by about 1 metre, and we've got our beautiful palm tree. So this is a major component of the home renovation, and it's actually the only new construction outside the original footprint of the home. So it is going to transform it, but it's going to be a beautiful space to walk through, just a little bit of work.
We're building this little wall out here for James to put some stone on it. It's to give him that little effect going all the way through the top and across there, give him that effect that he wants for Palm Springs. Now, we've had to make this pretty strong because it is going to be very, very heavy with the stone on the wall. We're going to put some blue board on the top of this. He'll go across the...
Paul has constructed the timber frame for the new blade wall, and that is being bolted to the front of the brick facade. It's sitting on top of a new concrete footing, and that is meeting the specification put down on paper by the structural engineer.
We're actually doing the footings here for the extension that's going to come out here before you walk into the house. We've got the engineer coming this afternoon, so we want to dig these out and make sure he's happy with all this. We're going to pour some concrete in, put some bearers and joists, and yeah, geez, good seeing you work. It's good.
Another delivery of building materials from Walker Brothers has arrived on site, and I've got to say, it's all hands on deck. It's great to have number one son Alexander here to lend a helping hand. There's definitely a lot happening on site, with deliveries and trades constantly coming and going, and our neighbours have been amazing. It's a pretty close-knit community. All of these neighbours are quickly becoming new friends, and two of them in particular, Janelle and Dave, have been popping past and giving their feedback as they walk their dog. They're watching the transformation, and it's great to see that even our neighbours are excited about what we're doing.
The house that James and Sandro have taken on was a bit of a mess, and I'm wondering, after we're building a brand new home and knocking an old one down, perhaps that may be something they may have considered before taking this on.
When I found out they've bought this house, I immediately thought they were going to knock the bugger down. But no, here they are, renovating,
yes,
and they're looking great.
Yeah, let's hope they
So
do
far.
a good job.
Yeah.
The new facade is starting to come together, and it's nice for everybody else to see the vision that's always been in my head. But one of the fun things of renovation is dealing with Mother Nature. We've been having a little bit of rain on and off for the last few days. The heavens have finally opened. I'm so thankful that the boys thought ahead and put all the waterproofing up there for our new blade wall to make sure that we don't get any water inside. This is going to negatively impact our timeline and our budget. Continue watching as the house is stripped back to the bare frame and internal demolition finally comes to an end. New walls start to arrive.